Alexa, cancel. Welcome to 6 p.m. Gratitudes and Prayerless Prayers at the St. Peter Schule Addiction Ministry. This is the St. Peter Schule right here. There's more of it out there, but my name is Justin Bowman. That's what we're here to do. So let's take a few moments. Think about the things we're grateful for. That's why I started doing it. You know, like, I don't know, a little over a week ago. I think it's been now, and I've kept it up. The 23rd, I think, is, no. 17th? Looks like, maybe, somewhere around there. Okay. I'm grateful for Coulter's birthday coming up. Is Coulter my husband or boyfriend? No, he's not. Is he a friend of mine? It depends on what you mean by friend. But he's someone who I am very enthusiastic to make, you know, second year in a row to make a birthday cake for this guy. Very excited about it. I might even do it a third year. You know, it actually is more exciting to do it this year than it was last year because it's the second year in a row. I think it's pretty cool. And I don't know, you know, all I know is he's gotta like it. You know what I mean? No matter what. That's pretty cool, like when somebody does that for you. Like, and not a lot of people, us drug addicts and stuff like that, have people doing that for them. You know? And I think that's pretty cool. I'm glad to be able to do that for him. I think that puts a smile on his face. I hope it does. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to be making chicken and shrimp tonight. I don't know how I'm going to make it. I'm not sure. After this, I'm gonna Google chicken and shrimp and see what I get for recipes. I have 3 chicken breasts, thawed, you know, ready to go. I defrosted them this morning. I think it's gonna come out good. I'm excited about that. I'm grateful that the Lord has let me keep up with my housework while I've had COVID-19 long hauler syndrome. Grateful for water. I love water. In fact, I should get some more. I'll be right back. Oh. You know, I was just thinking, imagine like in a courtroom. They don't usually. I don't think they have. You know, I think the water, if you see a defendant drinking water in a courtroom, I think it's because like, they got it or whatever. But can you imagine like if you were like some rich defendant in a courtroom or whatever, and there was like water they provided, and just like in the middle of like the judge talking, like the defendant like pulls out their bottle of like Fiji water in their own glass and pours it, and it like ignores that one. Yeah, like as if like they're too good to be there or something. The reason that came to mind is I was thinking about Phil Spector just before the prayer video. I'm grateful for Phil Spector's video. I'm sorry, he had a video? Actually, he did. He was in Easy Rider. He was in the movie Easy Rider. That's right. I'm grateful for Phil Spector's music, is what I'm saying, and for his influence, musical influence. Musical influence, don't worry. I'm grateful for my whatever musical talent I possess. I gotta say that. Because I like all musicians, I mean, I wish I was better in certain ways, and but it's not something I get to practice like every day. And I'm just grateful for the ability that I have to be able to use it to enjoy. I really enjoy that. Grateful that I have a computer. Is it the fastest computer? No, it's not. It's it used to belong to a guy named Howard Connolly, who passed away, and it's an old man's computer, So it's not like top notch, but I'm grateful to have it. It's great. It is awesome. Thank you, Howard. Sometimes I'm an old man in a younger man's body, and so it's a match made in heaven. I'm grateful to have my wits about me. So that I've been doing meth for 20 years, and I haven't had even a year sober in that time. And a lot of people that have that same experience of 20 years of meth. Actually, it's 20. I started doing meth in the year 2000 when I turned 21. So we're talking like almost 22 years, full years now. It'd be 22 years at the end of this, right? I mean, like, I don't know when in the year 2000, but soon after, because I got a job bartending. Actually, my first, it must maybe be 2001. It was my first bartending job I didn't do meth at. But I'm grateful that I'm sitting here right now. I'm not out stealing cars or selling laptops and shit. And a lot of my friends do that, One day I got into a fight with, I didn't get into a fight, I was in a bad mood. I was in a bad mood. And this kind of relates to gratitude too. I was in a bad mood, and I was ranting to Coulter about, and I called all of our friends that we know fucking losers. And one of our friends, I was like, he's the king fucking loser. And what I meant by that was that, like, I mean, I love these guys. I do. They can be assholes. You know what I mean? Like, no doubt about it. I mean, that's just the way it is when you do drugs, is that some people, you know what I mean? Because there's, like, there's assholes. But I love them. You know what I mean? But the thing that makes me say king loser or loser is, like, when you're out there stealing from people, it's just bad news. You know what I mean? Like what can you say at that point? You know what I mean? Like, if you're out there and you're fucking people up, what are you not? Are you not? Like, what are you, like, great? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean that I don't love them, and it doesn't mean that I don't even, I have a lot of affection toward my friends. You know what I mean? Like, they make me laugh and stuff like that, and I care for them a lot. You know? So, I mean, like, that's what I meant by that, but I just wish they, weren't so hell-bent sometimes on, like, fucking doing the wrong stuff. That's why I pray for them every day. And I pray for them no matter what. Like, I mean, it's not that, like, I love them if they're good or whatever. I love them no matter what. I just want to see them be fulfilled. I'm grateful for all my friends. I pray for all our leaders in government, our President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, and all members of the United States Congress. In California, I pray for our Governor Gavin Newsom and his family. I pray for all, in San Mateo County, I pray for all police, fire, and emergency personnel, as well as the Department of Housing and the Human Services Agency, and for all county workers not specifically named. In South San Francisco, I pray for our Mayor, Mark, and all members of the South San Francisco City Council. In San Francisco, I pray for Mayor London Breed, and for all members of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. I pray for all those suffering through homelessness at the present time. A lot of homeless people. A lot of homeless people. I pray for all victims of COVID-19 and COVID-19 long hauler syndrome. I pray for abode services and life moves, both of which help homeless people find, get into, and stay in housing. And for all clergy, all clergy suffering with addiction and chemical dependency. I pray for all ministries inside and outside of the church, for all clergy and religious and lay leaders alike, especially our Holy Father Pope Francis, Pope Benedict, Bishop Marcan Leandris, Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone, St. Gregory's Abbey, Three Rivers, Michigan, Hospitality House in San Bruno, See Episcopal Church in South San Francisco and San Bruno, the Diocese of California, the Archdiocese of San Francisco, Reverend Patrick Driscoll, St. Veronica's Catholic Church in South San Francisco, the Reverend Deborah Hawkins, Bishop Louis Gelino, St. Bruno's Catholic Church in San Bruno, and the Reverend David Grant Smith, the new vicar of See Episcopal Church. I pray for all members of my family, my father Alex and my mother Cheryl, especially, as well as Kara Masick, Erwin Rossmeyer, Joshua, Jesse, Ben, and Max, my brothers, Mark, Jesse, and Diane Darling. Bob Ottaviano, Anna Anfietta Crumby, Jocelyn Gerard, Donna Brown, and Diane Carlson. I am grateful that I'm getting the sleep I need as well. Very grateful for that. Because I can't, right now, my body requires a lot of sleep. I've been sleeping a lot of the day. And I'm able to do that, and I think thanks be to God. As well as praying for these members of my extended human family that I'm about to name out loud here right now. Beginning with Junior Irwin, Stuart Packman, Eric Mosnes, Keegan Forbes, Michael Nold, Coulter and Rhiannon, Richard Simmons, Jim White, Andrew Marmelstein, Dave Maloney, Keith Watley, Jimmy Harder, Michael Zorns, Tony Vucetich, Aaron Rogers, Ruben Padilla, Rue, Travis Carpenter, Kurt Berry, Larry Burdett, Janine and Mike Jones, TJ Hostomsky, Drunk Phil, June, Ann and Sam, Lou and Gina, Peter Steeler, Daniel Hudson, Clifton Barrett, Raul and Barbara Laborde, Mike Smith, Margie Burke and her family, Kyle Andrew Schofield, Laura and Lydia, Jason Hayes, Jack and Rahman and their family, Gino and his family, Charles Ratcliffe, Chris Reinhardt, Dustin Keast, Norma Liedke, Matthew Russian, Tyler Davis, Daniel Fonseca, Michael and Corey, Ryan, Dean Varchetto, Pat Ford, Tina, Keith, Alexander, Matthew Mistashkin, Kevin Johansson, the Republicano family, Tyler Jordan Lowe, Tyler Smith, Charles and Kim Plyler and their family, Anita, David, Michael and his mother, Al, Cheeseburger, Kenny, Kendrick, Dylan, Charlene Myers, Jeffrey Marmelstein, Steve Buiza, the Pacific Family Medicine Clinic staff, Beth Lewis, Ken McCune, Bob and Alice Katz, Jen and Jesse, Steve Menini, Larry Lawton, Gabby Giffords, Jeff Henkel, Mark Zuckerberg and his family, John, Bill O'Reilly, Christopher Henning, Scott Akers, Debbie, George Jetson, Lil Kim, Gustavo Caldas, John Shuck, Greg Flowers, Rick Rivero, Andy Hand, Stephen and Bernadette Connolly, the people of Ukraine, Skeeter and Russell. And last but not least, I pray for the people that have passed on from this life, inside and outside the faith and fear of the Lord, especially the holy souls in purgatory and the church triumphant. As well as the repose of the souls of Howard Connolly, Christine Baker, the Reverend and Mrs. Fred and Cheryl Merrick, Nick Lee, Mickey McGee, Keith Lloyd, James, Dustin Rasmussen, John Judicki, Anita Rossmeyer, Phil DiMartino, Father Benedict Reed, Winfred and Marianne Johnson, Demetrius Fleming Davis, John Gotti, my grandparents on both sides, Jay Darling, Tyler White, Ron Popeil, Priscilla, Edison, Sean Bowman, Bob Dole, Betty White, Bob Saget, Harry Reid, Adolfo Caldas, Bill Brown, the Mariposa family, and Lori Ram. O Lord our God, accept the fervent prayers of your people. In the multitude of your mercies, look with compassion upon us and all who turn to you for help. For you are gracious, O lover of souls, and to you we give glory, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, now and forever. Amen. Thank you for joining me for Prayerless Prayers today. I'm going to remind you, as I do at the end of every video, and reminding myself to brush your teeth, to floss especially, and to say your prayers. And I will see you in the next video, and I'll tell you about the, hopefully, I mean, the Lord could call me and go to sleep again, and I don't make the chicken. But hopefully we do that, because that's the plan. So I love you all. Oh, and did I say floss and then to say your prayers, especially, most especially? That's what I meant to say. Brush your teeth, floss, and to say your prayers most especially. And I'll see you in the next video. I love you all, and peace.